Guys, this must be an epic video because I cried. Going to therapy appointments, going to doctor's appointments, doing surgeries. I mean, Jensen's had 7 procedures and surgeries.
4 ambulance rides, 1 life flight.
We've been doing this for a year and a half now. Hello, welcome to the vlog. Well, not really.
This isn't a vlog.
What would you call this? A sit down, a real talk.
It's like a fireside. Let's turn on the fireplace. It's a fireside.
Derek's turning on the fireplace. There we go. Now we have fire.
We have fire.
So, well, we can't see it. It's nice and cozy now with the fireplace on for you guys. We made it homey. What the? Now I messed up the camera. Oh gosh, don't touch the camera. Rule number 1. Derek and I were just sitting here talking, just kind of thinking about the fact that it is almost Jensen's 1 year. On December 19th is actually when he got his feeding tube last year. So he's had his feeding tube for an entire year now, which is so crazy because on top of that year, you know, we've had all the other health issues, and I just feel like we've joined this club that we never wanted to be a part of, like having a medically fragile child. But because of that, we've learned so many things. I'm an expert on reading hospital monitors. I know when to ignore it and when to tell the doctor. You just learn all of these things, and you learn all of this lingo that you never expected to understand, but at the same time, we're so thankful for it. We're not the only ones that have been in this situation where you have an unexpected health diagnosis. This is happening to people of all ages and all different situations, and it's not something you're ever prepared for or ready for. So when that happens, you get hit by a train and you're like, now what do I do? So we thought that maybe we could share with you guys some of the things that we've learned about this unexpected journey, because we know that there's other people that are getting on this unexpected journey as well, whether it's for themselves as an adult going through health trials, or maybe it's more similar to us where we have a baby born with unexpected health trials. I brought Derek here to be my cheerleader.
I just want to sit by you to make you look good.
Thanks for that.
I do a good job of that. Remember, you started us off by saying it looks like I've stuck my finger in an electrical outlet or a light socket.
Oh, it looks like you stuck your finger in a light socket. Sorry about that.
You're doing great. Keep talking.
So one of the first things I wanted to tell you guys about is an app called Abridge. I actually have not even used the app yet. I just barely found out about it. And if I could go back for the last year and a half, I would have used it starting day 1. So this is a must-have. So it's an app that's on your phone. And the reason why it's helpful is because it actually, you record your conversations with your doctor, obviously with your doctor's consent. It records it and it transcribes it and then saves the meaningful moments. So it's somehow, I don't even know how, because technology is amazing, it can basically pinpoint the most important parts of the conversation and leave them for you to be able to see. So like, this is the app right here. Well, I'm just gonna show it, the logo here on the screen so you guys can see it, but it's called Abridge. So when you click on it, it just looks like this. And then you just click here when you're talking with your doctor, and that's basically all you need to do. I feel like it's helpful because our last big appointment, our last clinic visit, Derek wasn't able to come to. It was the first time that we were starting chest physical therapy on Jensen and learning about his inhaler. And so I was getting all this new information and he wasn't with me. So I came home and I was like, I think they said we have to do it 2 times a day or 1 time a day. And then you guys, the viewers, are actually the ones that told us about this app. You're like, you guys should use this app. And I was like, why didn't someone tell me about this earlier? So I want to make sure that we're telling you guys about it earlier. We do have a link for the app in the description. So click on it, download it. It's so helpful. It's a free app, but it's going to be a way that you can save your key points, remember things that you share with your doctor. It basically is going to keep your health history saved for you. Very helpful, easy to use. Highly recommend. As soon as I found out what Jensen's diagnosis was, I found support groups on Facebook for other families who had the same thing as what Jensen had. That was a really good place for me to start gathering information, especially when you're getting thrown up against the wall with a medical diagnosis that you have literally never heard of. I joined one for esophageal atresia, and then I joined one for malacia, so like for his tracheomalacia. I would just stay up at night, like literally for hours, I couldn't sleep anyways because I was, paranoid about my baby stopping breathing. But I would just read like what these parents were going through. I wanted to become an expert on Jensen, and it was one of the first things because I'd read something that a mom had gone through, like a surgery that they had, a procedure that they had done. I would go to Google and I would say like, okay, what is an aortopexy? What is this? What is that? And I would start learning about, what some of these things are. And then when I went to doctor's appointments, I could say like, okay, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? Because I understood what majority of these kids are going through. Our next piece of advice would be finding a good doctor and a good team.
Absolutely.
Yes. It seems like a no-brainer. Like he's laughing like, well, yeah, duh. But one thing I have learned through the Facebook group is that not all of these doctors for these kids are created equal. A lot of times doctors brush things off, or they'd say just fine. Like if you don't have a doctor that understands the severity of what your kids are going through or what you're going through, then you need to find somebody else. Jensen has qualified for like a shot it's an RSV vaccine. It's called Synagist. You have to get it every 28 days. And last year he qualified for it with our insurance, and it's very expensive. It's like $3,000 or $4,000 a shot.
5,000.
Oh, 5,000. See, round up. This year, when we were trying to get the RSV vaccine for Jensen, he didn't qualify because our insurance says you have to be under 12 months old, and he's obviously not.
And we appealed it on the basis that he was born with some obvious complications, and they denied it again.
Yeah, but we didn't appeal it ourselves. Our doctor put it through, so he put it in, it got denied, they put it through again. And then I didn't even know that they were doing
this. Well, I did
this.
too.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to him on the phone, and I said, no, let's go ahead and appeal it. Yeah, let's do it.
Then so that it got denied 2 times, then our doctor still felt strongly enough that he needed to get this done that they actually they've compiled all of his information, and they sent a request straight to the manufacturer of the medicine. Is that right? And we're able to get the company that produces the medicine is giving it to us for free, which is insane and amazing. So, but if we didn't have a doctor that was willing to jump through those hoops and felt strongly that this was going to be important to him, we wouldn't have this. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about having a good doctor. It's really that doctor that's on your team that wants the best for your child. What else would you say? What are your other tips?
I think the biggest thing that for our family has just been the people around us, and the support that we've had throughout the whole process.
Yeah, and if you are the person going through those difficult times, let people help you. Like, I don't know how we could have survived without people just coming over and just really doing things for us. And it was hard to be
I think
served that way.
Yeah, I really learned what pride actually is. Mm-hmm. I always grew up thinking that it was like thinking you're better than somebody else or whatever. You're prideful, you're boastful, you have an ego, basically. But then when we were in the hospital and all these people were trying to help us, I'm the type of person, I'm always like, no, it's okay. We're okay. We'll take care of it. We're all right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put anybody else out, but the reality is they are there wishing they could do something to help you, and if you turn them away, like, you're doing them a disservice, you're doing yourself a disservice, and that's very prideful to not accept help from other people. Like, that's why we're here.
Totally.
Is to really lift and help each other out in life. There's no way we could have gone through all that by ourselves.
The main things then, I guess, would just be to find good support system. Facebook group, friends, doctors, all those things. Those are probably the most important to getting through an unexpected situation. And I think those things actually apply to any kind of unexpected situation, not even necessarily
medical
a health trial. Like, it's literally probably any unexpected hard thing that you're going through. Anyway, we just kind of wanted to talk about some of those things. It's crazy that we've been doing this for a year and a half now. We've been going to therapy appointments, going to doctor's appointments, doing surgeries. I mean, Jensen's had 7 procedures and surgeries.
4 ambulance rides, 1 life flight, and 7 procedures.
I mean, it's just something that it's weird because this is going to sound weird because, like, and at this moment, like, I have a sense of gratitude in the fact that like we made it. We did it. He went through all of that and we made it. Jensen was out here playing tonight and Derek literally looked at him and said, I feel like this is on A Christmas Carol and the ghost of Christmas future when we're watching Jay play and do all these things, because literally there has been too many moments where we thought it was the end of the line. And now, so when we see him like growing and becoming this adorable little human, it's just like, we could have missed this.
It's like we were looking into the future of something that we could have completely missed out on.
Yeah.
And we're so fortunate. I'm just kind of thinking too, like all the messages, all of the gifts, all the packages, all the things that you guys have done too.
You guys are our family. You are our support group.
Like you are that support group to us.
Totally.
I remember that night when we got to the hospital, when Jensen and I, we were life flighted. We went down to Primary Children's. Dr. Russell like explained everything to me, and I had no idea what she had just said. She even drew a picture for me. She drew what an esophageal fistula. She drew everything for me and explained it to me. And she came in and was very confident. And imagine me trying to explain everything that this medical doctor had told me to her over the phone. That was impossible. I remember my only therapy was after talking to Brie and saying goodnight. She was still, she was still in the hospital. And then I remember opening my phone, and this is being, thankful to you guys. I opened my phone and I posted an Instagram story of what was happening, and the rush, the floodgates opened of support and love and prayers and thoughts, and just there's so much that we're thankful for from you guys as well. I don't know, it's when you're going through the storm, it's only in retrospect that you can really look back and see whatever you want to call it, the hands of angels,
it's
the
hindsight's 2020 type thing. The tender mercies. You look back and you see like, okay, that's how we did this, and you guys were definitely
such a big part of that.
Totally. So we realized like these vlogs aren't necessarily the most exciting. These vlogs, I mean, it's not this fireside, if you will, aren't the most exciting, but I feel more strongly about these messages sometimes than I do about a regular vlog, because knowing the fear that we have felt, if we could do one thing and give you one piece of advice to help ease that fear a little bit and to make your situation a little smoother, that would just mean so much to us and give us like a little bit of purpose, I guess, through all of this, is that if we could share and give back to you guys to help you, I mean,
with whatever you're going through.
Yeah, then it just makes it be like, okay, then we can do this.
We hope that everybody feels like we're in this together. Life is hard and you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
And the waves will continue crashing down in life, but we all together need to learn how to surf. Yeah. And ride those waves of life.
Let's go surfing.
That's a metaphor.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Like we're not actually
going surfing.
We live in northern Utah. It's snowing outside. It's just
newsflash. All right, guys. This must be an epic video because I cried. So
it must be an epic video because I cried too. What? I never cry.
Never.
I'm as hard as a rock. I that's why I look like the Rock. Do you see it?
I see it. Oh, I see it.
I don't cry ever. I just get allergies.
Right. Okay, thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. We love you so much. We're thankful for you.
Baby, right now. I kind of feel.
I don't even know.
Feel like you're.
He's never gonna stop talking.
Oh, you're such a baby. You cry all the time. Like I rarely cry. I don't cry. I just get slightly emotional.
Now we have to go have a marital spat because he thinks that he never cries.
There's no time for a spat. It's time for bed.
I know. It's all right.
It's almost midnight. Let's go to sleep.
Okay. Thanks, guys. See ya.